It's like showtime. Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to
Hi, Nick.
101. Hi, Greg. Show and tell edition. We're going to
2020.
try something new tonight, which is the format of this thing is going to be a lot like our BYOB episodes, except for it's kind of like anything goes. It's just bring something interesting. So let's see what everybody else with us brought tonight. Starting with Mr. Redbeard. Hi, Redbeard. How you doing tonight?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm not doing too bad.
Good.
What you got with you?
A bottle of Rosé Russe. I'm not really sure how to say it. Rosé Russe. It's a Merlot ale with sumac. 5.5% ABV by Sawdust City Brewing.
God damn shit is that?
Oh. I didn't know Carrie liked Sawdust City.
Merlot ale.
Yeah.
Ooh, good old Merlot.
It's like a wine, but it's a beer. It's
like
a barley.
A whole bunch of grapes or something like that. Some other weird yeast and stuff. So
sounded interesting. Yeah. All right. Cool.
You said bring something interesting. I've had this in my fridge for quite some time now. I'm not sure how it's going to be.
How long have you been sitting on it?
I've had this a couple of years.
Oh shit!
In its clear bottle.
Oh, that's like Nick levels of.
Well, it's been in the fridge.
It has been. So let's see what happens.
All right, let's go over to Lady Lee. Lady Lee, how are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing?
Not too bad. First of all, I want to say it's good to have you back on. It's been a while.
It's been a while. It has been a while. It's nice to be back. Nice. I'm happy to be back. Yay. Okay, so mine's not as exciting because
everything's exciting.
I found out today, and I just looked at my fridge and was like, what looks interesting compared to all of these? Anyways, so I have Moving to the Country.
Ooh.
Peach Cobbler Wheat Ale.
Oh,
I just like the name. I like peaches, so I figured this would be a fun time to bring this out.
Moving to the country, gonna have a lot of peaches.
And I'm sorry, Cody, I stole your beer. I'll have to go to Perry Sound and buy you a new one.
Wow.
Because Cody's totally watching.
Yeah, you can suck it up.
Awesome. Thanks, Lee. All right, let's move on to Greg, everybody's favorite freedom voter here.
There we go. Let's just
fuck off the shirt.
Just put that down a little bit.
Gross.
Hey, 2020. They haven't finished all the counting yet.
Oh God.
Yeah, there's still some hanging chads up there or some shit.
Hanging chad.
We're only 2021.
We don't mean the rhino.
Anyways, so I just picked this up from Salter City Street Brewing. They're just a brewery in Toronto. My wife, actually, fun fact, I've never been there before. I'm gonna pull this up now.
Please.
I know I'm offending people. I'm gonna have to take off my shirt soon.
Jesus.
But
it's a part of your master plan.
It is part of my master plan. Anyways, I'm having to masturbate. Salter City Brewing. Speaking of masturbation, my wife went there once. I've never been to this place, but she went there once. It's all the way on the east end of the city. I don't drive that far. She happened to be there. She was going by in the evening. It was already dark. It was kind of like winterish time. Went there. Told me she'll never go there again. She called me on her cell phone. She says, this place is located in Rapist Alley. She's like, I do not want to walk here. So she put me on her cell phone and made me talk under in case somebody attacked her. Long story short, she was not attacked. It was just a very dark, creepy alley. There's nothing like weird about it. And then there was a bunch of old men there drinking that she was like, oh, this is totally fine now.
This place is creepy and I'm scared. Let's talk to Greg.
Yeah. So I actually want to go there now sometime, but I've never been. But I did do this beer order from them. They fucked up, put it to the other building next door, and had to send me another one. And the people next door in 510 stole their beer. So
what kind of beer is this?
Funny, exciting. I'm getting to it, Nick. I'm telling you stories. I'm creating ambiance. Anyway,
fine.
So this is their 2020 vintage Parallel Project Tequila Barrel Aged Lime Wheat.
Oh, weird.
Ooh, isn't that fancy? So it seems like it's aged since it's the 2020 vintage. So I have no clue what to think of this. It's probably going to be bad, but let's dig into it and find out.
You never know until you try it.
That's right. It's like anal.
Jesus.
Well, we know who's tried anal here.
All right, so let's thank you, Greg. Let's move on to Mr. Lee, who's already drinking some.
Yeah.
Right.
So what I picked up today is a winter season, late fall winter seasonal from Boxing Rock. They've had it for a couple years now. This is the first year I've seen it in cans instead of bottles, as they are, moving most of their stuff over to cans as well these days. This is their Patricious
Ooh.
Irish Stout.
Yeah.
So it's got St. Patrick on there. It's got a medieval representation of St. Patrick there, and it says legend has it. Oh, there's snakes. There's a snake. It looks like a dog turd probably on the camera right there. This big pile of dog turd, but it's a snake. It says legend has it that St. Patrick drove the snakes out of Ireland. Well, that story is likely no more than a tall tale. He has become the unofficial patron saint of great stout. So they're saying their stout is great. And so in tribute to them, they brewed this. And there you go. 5% alcohol by volume. Yeah. It's got water, barley, yeast, and hops, all the things that make up beer generally. And yeah, there you go. I don't know what else to tell you other than glad to be part of this video production.
Yeah. And we're glad to have you. Wow. All right.
So much
All right.
happiness.
Nice. Thank you, Lee. All right. So let's move over to Ashley. And the first thing we're going to ask him is, what's the photo?
Wow, that's great.
No.
For a second.
Yeah. Ashley, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. Great to be here. I'm so great. I'm so happy that Lee's feeling so enthusiastic tonight.
So great.
It's awesome.
Mhm.
So basically,
us.
yes, everyone's so chipper. So when I'm going to the LCBO right now, basically all I'm looking for are just like stouts or porters or anything Belgian or anything Trappist. So basically I just had a little bit of this, a little bit of that to choose from. So like nothing crazy spectacular. I had a Duvel to choose from. And then that Muskoka cranberry doubles chocolate stout. I think Chris reviewed that, but I also found this. This is from Left Field. This is called O'Neill. It's a 100% Canadian stout, and it is 4.5%. It's a small can, so and it's nice and sessionable. Small can, I like that. That's
Seems
totally
pretty cool.
I'm cutting down consumption right now, so something like this is pretty cool. So
Yeah.
we'll see what it's like. But I've never had this before. This is new to me, to the
Sounds
best
like,
of my knowledge.
given that percentage, it's almost kind of like their attempt at an Irish dry stout, but with all Canadian ingredients or something.
Yeah, something like that. And I'm probably ill prepared for this. I wasn't too sure if I was supposed to do research on this, but there is some story time on this
Nah, this is just show
on
and tell.
Untapped. So
How dare you not give us history?
I know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This,
I feel so
this is
disappointed
the
now.
time where I don't have to give history. You guys do.
I really feel, Nick, I really do feel that you could have put a little history into all these beers.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
Right?
single one of them.
All right.
Do our homework
Every
for
single
us.
one of them, and especially when I don't know what you guys are drinking until you bring it on the show. All right, so what am I drinking tonight? I ran out and grabbed something interesting from the liquor store here, and they just happened to have some bottles of this left,
I
which
thought you
is
were going to show a hot dog.
from Pei Brewing Co.'s After Hours series. This is their bourbon barrel-aged barley wine, 10.5% ABV. Yeah, sweet and toasty malt. Yeah, I'll read that later. But yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure I've had this before, but I'm not sure if I've had this batch, which is funny because they call it a limited edition. Maybe it's a limited. I don't really know what year this was made, so it could be very well possible it's been sitting in the liquor store for a couple years. But hey, it was a $19 bottle, so I hope it's friggin' good.
Better be.
In my recollection, the last time I had it was good too.
Return it
Anyway,
if it's not.
yeah, that's the thing.
Cool,
I have to
Greg.
return it if it's not good, which is also why I've got the paper towel here in case it does blow up. All right, so we have 3 people watching currently. If anybody is drinking something
Currently.
or even drinking something interesting, just drop us a comment in the chat and we'll read it live on screen. Also, I want to thank the viewers for watching. Let us know how you're doing. And of course, if you got any questions, let us know. So, this is going to come off redundant considering some of the people here are already given their histories, but I'm going to circle back and say, hey, Redbeard, the hell? And Redbeard, your beer, what's the history behind it? I know you said some stuff about it, like how long you've had it.
Give me a second. I've actually got it.
Why
on.
this beer?
I want to. It's interesting, and I've had it for so long. I was like, I need to drink this. Little bit of write up that is here. Fermented on a half ton of Merlot grapes from Malivoire winery through a process called carbonic maceration. This wild ale was a new experience for Sawdust City. Using no brewer's yeast or hops, we allowed the grape wort blend to end ferment before we aged it 2 months in stainless. Then we blended it with some of our barrel fermented Berliner Weiss, aged on locally foraged sumac. The end result is a vibrant red ale that pours with a perfect pink pillow on top. Aromas of grape, raspberry, and earthy funk are present as it drinks with a light effervescent body and a sharp acidic finish. So
I'm not gonna lie, that does sound interesting.
it's kind of cool. It's not as whiny as I thought it was going to be. It's just
Spoilers. All right, so who you got next? Lately. So, the history. What's your history with this one?
So I have no history with this particular beer. It's the first time I try it. But with the company itself, my friend actually lives right across from this the brewing company, and they have amazing food. So I do enjoy going there to eat. But also I have tried a few of their beers. They had this sour, I can't remember, a raspberry sour that I used to have when I would go see him. Anyways, super tasty. So this is a different one. This is their peach one. And I have a story on my can. So our peach cobbler wheat ale was brewed with fall and home cooking in mind. Come settle up to Grandpa's table and enjoy an all-Canadian malt beer brewed with peach puree and cinnamon. Vanilla was added to the conditioning tank to round out all flavors. It is all about the water around here. We know our water is really special, and it just so happens to help us make especially delicious beer. And then it goes on to talk about Tressler being an independent brewing company in Perry Sound.
They had to fight the town of Perry Sound to even open. It was pretty hilarious.
Oh wow!
Which is hilarious because they bring in so many people. Like
Their
that place is
brewery
always busy.
in the summer, even in the wintertime, they got the summer machines. But in the summertime, their patio and beer garden and shit, that place is fucking gorgeous. They have hops growing along the side of the building just for like aesthetic purposes. I was there the one time. I'm like, they don't even know what kind of hops they are. They have no plans to use them for beer or anything. They just have random hops growing all over the brewery.
Just modeling the cam.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. All right.
She should be on The Price is Right, right?
Thanks for the story, Lee Beard.
I'm actually curious as to how peach cobblery that is, because I had that one that Dan sent me from New Level that tasted exactly like peach cobblers.
Is it the cobble most or the cobble least?
God. All right.
We'll find out in the review.
Oh God. All right. So let's move over to Mr. Greg.
Hi,
He's still wearing that crappy shirt.
Still wearing the crappy shirt.
I hope you spill your beer on it. Anyway, so what's the history with this one? You said something about a dank alley. Like, what's the brewery? I haven't heard much from this brewery. So, have you ever had stuff from this brewery before?
Okay, Nick, that's a lot of questions. First of all, let me say,
well, you already gave most of your
if
history.
this was a shittier beer, if this was a shittier beer, I'd probably spill it on my shirt, but I don't want to waste it there. Number one. Number two, I'm going to tell you, there's a little story on this thing as well. Project Parallel Tequila Barrel Aged Live Wheat, and this is what they have to say about it. Ingredients: water, malted barley, hops, yeast, lime puree, and coriander. That's the story on the bottle. I got no further story about this thing. It doesn't tell me anything. So let me tell you a further story. I don't know much about this brewery. I believe they're pretty small. They only have 26 beers listed on Untapped. In fact, their porter that I had a few days ago, I had to actually add that to Untapped because apparently they don't even add shit onto their thing. So it seems like a pretty small brewery. Plus, the guy who delivered it, I think, was the co-owner. So I don't even think they have a delivery driver. Now, you might wonder, you say, I know your question is going to be, I put my wife's life in danger when I first had beers from these guys last year. Let's just see. I'm just wondering what it was. So it was, it was more than a year. It was August 2018. I didn't realize it was that long ago. Holy
wow. Shit. I remember you telling us about that too. That was in
2000. No, sorry. I don't know what the fuck no, that's around buying around beer. No, this was in 2020. It's October 2020. And my wife put her life in danger. However, I will say they had excellent beers. These are the beers that she put her life in danger for. A Czech style Pilsner, a extra special bitter, and a wheat beer. Those are worth risking my wife's life.
Wow.
That's great.
So that's, anyway, I had those in August 2020, and now I put it in order, and I've had a few other beers from them. That's my exciting history.
Yay!
Yay!
Celebration!
Celebrate good times. Go on.
Oh,
I will.
All right. Okay. Whoa.
nudity
Lee all
has
excited
started.
here. All right, Lee. And I know Boxing Rock's got an extensive history for you.
Yeah, I mean, they're in Nova Scotia, and I buy the products. Have for several years, but so Patricius, it has been a seasonal for I don't know the last 3 or 4 years, maybe. Seems like it's always hard to get like a confirmation on these things. You go to their website, they don't tell you when they first brewed it or anything like that. It's like, please give us a little bit more information for people who actually give a shit about that stuff. But whatever. Used to be in the big bottles, is not anymore, as you can see in the cans. And I will say this: their website is absolute dog shit, or at least it is for people like me who refuse to get like apps and stuff and phones and shit, because now you can only kind of really check their beers out if you have like a mobile app, and you gotta like get it on your phone and shit. And it's like, okay, that's really stupid.
Old man here. Jeez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know.
We need Wi-Fi in the cave.
Ooh.
But of course, this is a beer that's dedicated after a man who legendarily bashed the brains of snakes on rocks and got them all out of Ireland. Viciously murdered animals because he was a religious fanatic. And I mean, what's better than celebrating religious fanatics and drinking beers named after them? So that's my extensive history of this. I've enjoyed celebrating the arch murderer Saint Patrick, several times over now over the years.
Wow, it's like the un-Nazi the world.
He is the opposite of Lauren Green's New Worldliness. He does not respect animals and care about the environment.
I'm a dick.
All right. Thank you, Lee. And I guess it's my turn to talk about Pei Brewing Co. is the kind of like the parent company of Gahan. Kind of. They started out as Gahan, and then they eventually kind of moved it to be like a subsidiary of this Pei Brewing Co. brand, and now they brew all the Gahan beers in a separate location. And just in the last few years, they've introduced this specialty after hours series. One of the biggest releases of which, of course, is this barrel aged barley wine that they have here. This beer, I was looking at it on Untapped. It first came out in September of 2018. So I'm not sure if this was brewed again or this is a 3-year-old bottle that just still happened to be in my NBL. I will say that it's not vinegar. I'll get more into my tasting notes later, but I did have it once before, if it is the same bottling, and I think I had it as a treat on my birthday or something like that back in 2019. I think it was a while ago. It was either that or 2020. It was one of those two. But yeah, as far as that history, I remember when I had it that time, I really enjoyed it. So I'll read the bottle here since we're all into that kind of thing now. So it says sweet and toasty notes, sweet and toasty malts harmonize with herbal English hops and a fruity yeast character overlaid with vanilla and wood flavors from extended aging in Kentucky bourbon barrels. Fun shit. 10.5% ABV in a nice wax cap bottle, which I gotta say, like for breweries in the Maritimes, you don't really get this kind of level of packaging around here. Usually that kind of stuff seems to be like Ontario's got that shit cornered.
Yeah, they're usually the pretentious creeps.
Yeah. Well, a lot of our neck beards moved out that way over the pandemic because they could like sell their Toronto condos and buy like an acreage, and then they can have
buy an entire
terroir
farm with a huge potato field and shit.
Yeah, exactly. They could have the nice terroir for their wild.
That's what a Tobacco Cono would get you out here.
Wow, that's
an
entire
city block.
That's at least an $8 word that Ashley used right there.
Terroir.
Yeah.
Terroir.
So yeah, so you're welcome. Now you got a whole bunch of freaking. Yeah.
I've I've seen very few benefits of Ontario types coming over this way, and they all happened in the month of October.
Haha.
And then they went right back home, right, Lee?
Yeah, unfortunately.
It'd be a lot more benefit if you just learned to enjoy cock.
Okay. On it.
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
There's to say about that.
I don't know.
It's
Like, I
like,
just went really
it's like,
silent.
there's plenty of cock in Ontario. She was just going for that rarity cock, special maritime seafood.
She
cock.
wants some of that foreign maritime cock.
God,
I wanted the seafood.
seafood. Oh,
That's it, guys.
You
That's
see
all
a-
I came for was for the seafood. Let's be real.
Mhm.
Enjoy the
There was-
seafood.
probably not the only thing you came for. No, I'm not going. I'm not turning.
Nope.
There.
Yeah,
Just
be
seafood.
respectful of women.
PG-13, right, guys? Just
Right.
seafood.
See that looks almost phallic. It's the wax thing off my bottle.
What kind of penis have you ever seen before?
What?
Well,
Look,
I don't know about that one, man. I don't know. That looked pretty Sharpie point.
Yeah, that looked like a shellfish of some sort. I don't
I
know.
was going to say, look kind of phallic.
Anyway.
If you're a mollusk or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, maybe
Mollusk.
like a
I don't know.
clam vagina or
like
something.
a Fleshlight Junior or something.
I don't understand what we're
Like
comparing.
baby's first flashlight.
No, why not? They got to start somewhere.
Oh, I'm enjoying.
But
the beer I got.
anyways,
Yeah. Anyway, I'm enjoying the beer I have.
just an interesting thing that happened to me the other day. This kind of made me laugh because Lee, you don't have a phone, and I went to a bar where to get the menu you had to use the QR code on your phone, like scan the QR code in order to get the menu. I just laughed because you would just like leave right away, be like "fuck you guys, I'm leaving."
I would fucking leave.
I'm pretty sure if you didn't have a phone, they'd have some other option for you or something.
They better.
I'm sure they just like. I'm sure they had
Well,
could just off a paper.
They didn't even
menu.
give us the other option. They were just like, "Yep, you need a phone to scan the QR code."
Yeah, they
well,
always
You
have
go
like,
into
paper menus
to like
in
a
the back.
diner restaurant, you sort of know what you want. You know,
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Well, I've
I want a fucking poutine and like a fucking BLT or some shit.
Just
They
get
had
a
some
burger
interesting
and
food
fries.
there. I had a stuffed burger. It was very tasty.
When me and Key went to the ale house in St. John's, they had QR codes on all the tables. You scan that; it gives you a top list of their menu and all that stuff.
Yeah, most restaurants now have the option for a QR code, but they'll bring you a paper menu if you ask.
Yeah. Unless they're just really, really big assholes. I don't know. I don't have a phone. Like, get out of my restaurant.
Get out of here, you bum.
Anyways,
We
I
don't
just
want
laughed
your
pretty
service.
hard because I know that Lee would just be like, "Okay, fuck you guys," and just walk out.
Well, some of them
He
don't
wouldn't
want.
even give us a second chance. He'd just be like, "No, fuck you. You don't have it for me. I'm not gonna do it."
We will
don't
not
want to pay
accommodate
cash
your
either.
type in our restaurant.
Yeah, I'm the unreasonable one here who wants a fucking menu available to me where I don't have to bring an electronic device.
I feel like if you were going to walk out without even asking for a paper one, then that is.
Oh no,
mildly
I'd
unreasonable.
ask. I would ask. So I'd ask, do you have a paper menu, perhaps? And if they said no, I'd be like, well, fuck you. Bye bye.
That's fair.
They
enough.
give you like a tin bucket and like some lighter fluid and some matches to burn it in after you're done using it. They're like, you must burn it in here afterwards. Here's your paper.
Well, I know a lot of places. That's like why they're going no menus now is because regulations and stuff. They've
it's
they've
a cost.
either got to be paper menus that are thrown out after each use, or they're
Yeah.
laminated and you got to sanitize them after every use. So it can be
Hey,
kind of annoying.
here's the thing. The planet's fucked, guys. It's doomed. The human race is pretty much in the last few decades of its a normal existence that's comfortable.
Wow,
We're going to destroy the planet. All the trees are going to die anyway. We might as well just start making more and more fucking menus out of those trees.
Wow.
So let's just do it.
Nothing else, just menus.
Is there nothing's gonna survive? We might as well chop down the trees now. Fuck.
Make those menus so we can print out
This outlook
the
on life.
lovely recipes for all the animals that we put in kill farms and eat those things and into extinction. And
So
yeah,
when they grow all of our food in a laboratory, we at least remember what food used to taste like, kind of shit.
yeah, the human race is going to leave the earth like a drunken hobo leaves a fucking public toilet on a Saturday night.
I watched a video recently. They were like breaking down the percentage of land. I think it was North America. Like, it might have just been the States. I can't remember, but like something like 40% of all of the land is used just for the like cows and their food, basically. It's insane
Yeah, I
how
know.
much space that
Beef takes up. It's such big business. It's nuts. It's dumb.
they like. I know that I don't know if they perfected it, but there's like they're growing meat in labs.
Yeah,
I've
they're
heard of
working.
that and
Yeah.
stuff. I haven't tried that. I've tried. I can't remember if it was a Beyond Burger or the Impossible one. I tried one of them. It was all right. It wasn't
Yeah.
Remember the
Quite
the
there.
Beyond
for-
Burger at A&W was good. I thought.
I've been tempted to try them.
Not
They're
bad.
good.
The ones
I
they had
enjoyed
at
them.
Tim Hortons were not good. I did some kind of plant-based sausage patty thing on a biscuit. Tim Hortons.
Is,
Oh, I tried one of
is,
those. They were fucking gross.
is anything from Tim Hortons all that good?
No, their food is so unbelievably
I
bad. right now.
recently grabbed their new revamped turkey bacon club thing they have for my food reviewing shit.
Mm-hmm.
The bun, everything is way better than it used to be. It's still not amazing.
The buns are definitely better now.
It's way better than it was now. It's actually like I kind of enjoyed it. Like before,
So
it'd be like someone would give it to me, I'd be like, I'm starving, whatever. You have 2 bites and throw it out anyway because it was horrible. But now
Yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah, like recently, somebody gave me a bunch of gift cards for helping them fix their computer to Tim Hortons, and I've been eating like Tim Hortons for lunch the last couple of times in the recent weeks. They have improved slightly, but it's still not great, and they'll still put your fucking donut in the bag, and upside down. Your fucking chocolate's all stuck to the fucking bag. I fucking hate.
Well,
them.
those are the
I hate
donuts.
that,
You can't do anything about that since they switched over to like, oh, we ship big tubs of batter to you and you make the donuts out of those, or we ship frozen pre-made donuts to you. Or
They'll
whatever.
ship they'll make all the donuts in one store and ship them to other stores.
Yeah, I mean, that's,
back when they used to make all the donuts, like back when they were making
my
everything
God.
in house, like that place used to be so.
I
awesome.
remember I used to work at a computer store that was right next door to a Tim Hortons, and in the mornings I'd go over and get a box of like chocolate Timbits after they had just fucking made them. You ever had like warm fucking Tim like fresh warm Timbits? Oh my god, are they so good?
An episode of King of the Hill where they got to eat the corn chip right off the line. That was good shit.
Nope, dance the
How can we
chat
segue
thing.
back to the beer?
You need to buy hockey cards from Tim Hortons.
oh,
not the food.
boo this fucking man. What? Him and Chris. Oh, we're gonna do an unwrapping video of Tim Hortons hockey cards. What are you,
exciting.
12? What the fuck?
What does it matter? If they enjoy it, let them do it.
No, I'm
Whoa.
not gonna let him
Yes.
enjoy it. Next time,
Yes.
next
Oh,
time
geez,
unwrapping
enough of
Yu-Gi-Oh
doing
cards
sass
or some
talk.
bullshit. Jesus Christ.
No,
There's
if
a
they
lot of
enjoy
money in
doing it,
that
let
shit,
them do it.
man. You'd
There-
be fucking
on Twitch and stuff, man. There people get stupid amounts of viewers unboxing like Magic cards and Pokemon and shit. It's not something I would do, but it does well for
Hey,
them.
are we gonna like talk about the beers or just shoot the shit on the after chat like we've been doing?
Well, I mean, this is kind of like the interlude, like shoot the shit while we drink the beer.
Oh, we're drinking our beers and forming our opinions
I've
while
already,
we.
I've already
Yeah.
finished my beer practically. I
Of course
don't
you
need any
have.
more time.
Jesus, all right, Greg,
No,
let's
you're
fucking
whiny.
move on to the
You're
shit.
so whiny, Greg. My
Sorry.
God.
My beer's
Sorry,
kind of
actually.
whiny. Look, a segue. My beer's kind of
Oh
whiny.
shit.
Yeah, but you got to admit now that Greg's not a terrible person considering he supports single moms.
I do support single moms. They need all the support they can get.
Do you need a
What?
Tampax? Because
One
it sounds
dollar.
like you're on your period.
Oh. All right. On that note, let's go Redbeard.
I don't think you got it quite right, but close enough. We know what you mean.
I don't hear the quote.
I'm going to
was.
get you a Tampax.
God, Tampax was there. All right, Redbeard. What did you think of your beer?
I like it. It's a bit whiny. I'm not a big fan of wine, so it's enough for me anymore, and I might be turned off a bit. It's very grapey. It's got the raspberry kind of berry thing going on. It's got a really, really nice sour kick to it.
What's
Light,
whinier,
refreshing.
Matt or Greg?
So would you say it's more like a fruit beer as opposed to like, because when you first described it, I was thinking, oh, this sounds like a light Belgian quadruple of some sort, possibly. Like they might be going for some sort of thing like that. But
No, it's definitely more fruity. Like the
Yeah.
grapes, like that they put a crap ton of grapes into this. And it's one of the more grapey beers I've ever had, I guess I'd say. I haven't really had many grapey beers, but for what it is, something I never really had. I don't know about the style. I'm going to give it like a 8.5. And I'll also give it an 8.5 for my overall enjoyment. It's very tasty. This would be great on a summer patio.
Nice. All right. Thank you, sir. Let's go over to who we have next. We got Lady Lee.
Okay,
Alright.
so this is tasty. I am enjoying it.
Hashtag
I don't know if
proper
it's because
glassware.
it's an A&W mug.
Good joke.
I guess root beer.
I guess it is like a
It
beer
is a beer
stein kind
glass.
of. Yeah,
It
you
is
know,
a beer
fair
glass.
enough.
There's
Touche.
nothing wrong with red beer.
Very much
Oh.
German Stein, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correcting myself. Fuck you, Nick. Go ahead, Lee.
It is good. I am enjoying it. It is good. I don't know if I'm getting peach cobbler, but I think it's because I'm tasting cinnamon that I automatically associate that to like apple cobbler. Like I know they're pretty much the same. It's just the peach is not as prevalent as like the cinnamon. So I have that nice desserty taste, like that sweetness, but it's not like crazy sweet. So it's actually pretty enjoyable. Like the first sip I got lots of flavor in it, but it wasn't overly sweet because I don't like overly sweet. It's good. I'm enjoying it.
Prevalent, that's like a $7 word right there. It's pretty good.
Thanks.
Wow.
Check out my OnlyFans.
I have for free.
Oh, wow. All right.
I don't have anything for free. Anyway, it's good. I am enjoying it. It is very tasty.
Nice. So, did you give ratings to it, or?
I have not.
Oh,
It smells really nice too. Anyways, for style, I might go a little lower on style, just because it says peach cobbler and I'm not getting the peach. I am getting the cobbler, just not the peach. I'm just gonna go with a 7, but for like personal preference, definitely go with a 9 because this is very tasty. I'm enjoying it.
nice. All right. Well, that's good. Thank you, Lady Lee.
Thank you.
We'll move on to who we got next. We get Gorg. Everybody's favorite Gorg.
Hi, Nick. I also have an OnlyFans.
You only have one.
Wearing
fan.
jackets.
And of course, Lee will get that for free too.
Oh wait, which Lee?
Well, both, but
Okay,
I see.
that works.
But
The Gestalt entity that is both of us, apparently.
yeah, I mean, at this point, you're basically one person. So if one gets, the other gets. It just is what it is. Anyways, I am shocked to say, but this beer is actually excellent. This is actually a real great example of, most barrel-aged beers are kind of a punch in the face. Like, here's your stout, here's your bourbon, maybe a little wood in there, and then go suck on it in the corner. You go suck on it in the corner, you get drunk, you're very happy, 10 out of 10. This goes the opposite route. This is actually, now I don't know, this is already aged for like a year for me, apparently. So like, this is just like super well balanced. Like literally everything's in here, but nothing. There's no dominant flavor in this. It's like there's a little tequila. There's like a hint of wood. There's maybe lime's a little bit more dominant than the other flavors, but then you get there's a little hint of wheat as well. Like it's just so very well balanced. This is either a happy accident or the work of a very skilled brewer. I don't know which. But this is like really, really good. I mean, no one's ever gonna get to try this, but I do highly recommend it. It's very good, very subtle. 7%. You wouldn't know it. This could easily pass for like a 4% beer, your session beer. I mean, 7% sessionable anyway, but yeah, no, I really like this. Like if I put another order of these guys, I'm gonna grab a few more bottles of this, so I don't remember what it costs. So I don't know if it's ludicrously expensive. I don't know, but yeah, no, this is like a summer barrel aged beer. This is excellent. So yeah, it's for style, I'm gonna go. I mean, really, for a barrel aged beer with adjuncts, it really is perfect. So it's a 10 out of 10 because it's really to me a perfect example of how you should do a beer like this. And personal preference, I mean, it's not a barrel aged stout, so for what it is, it's a nice light beer. Light tasting beer. It's a 9 for me. It's very enjoyable. I mean, I certainly would enjoy, barrel aged stout. It may not be technically as good, but I just like a barrel aged stout. But excellent. 9 out of 10. 10 for style, though. Support your local single mom $1 at a time. Hi, Nick.
Lord. All righty. I guess. Thank you, Greg.
They now come with slots to stick your credit card in.
For fuck's sake.
And if you
All
have
right.
those, and you have those things where you get lap dances, and it's like, oh, you pay a set rate and you pick the song. Always pick like Freebird or fucking
Yeah.
Cashmere or something like that. So you can
Stairway
get the
to
longest.
heaven.
November
Stairway to
rain.
Heaven.
November rain would work, even though Guns N' Roses sucks.
All right.
Although I think they get wise to it these days. It's like, oh, if you have a really long song, like Inagata de Vida or some shit like that, it's like, well, you're paying for 2 songs. Anyway, me, yeah.
You.
Yeah.
You?
Precious, whatever, Irish Stout. It's excellent. It's actually fairly complex for it just being, this is just our Irish Stout or whatever, like you'd expect Irish dry stout, nothing too out of bounds or all that interesting about it, just basic standard stuff. But this has a really kind of a smoky smell to it, a little bit. A lot of nice sort of milk chocolate notes in the aroma, a little bit like powdered cocoa, and a kind of a little innate creaminess as well in the nose. Like if you put your nose down to like blend cream or something like that for fucking coffee, you can kind of get like that sense. And actually drinking it, a lot of that translates right to the taste. It has a good, slightly roasty finish on it. And it's got a very nice kind of nutty kind of bitterness to it as well. I'm kind of thinking like Boxing Rock, you should look into finding yourself some barrels and putting this in it to see what you can do with it, because like they've got a really great base beer here. And it feels like if you're going to do this as your winter special or whatever, your winter seasonal, and make it a little bit more special. Why not like invest in putting some of this shit in a couple barrels and releasing some interesting batches for a couple years. See where you can go with it, because I don't really think Boxing Rock does a lot of that sort of thing. It seems to me. I know they've had some like one-off specialties and stuff like that over the years, but I don't think they go as hardcore into it as some of the breweries around here do. So that might be interesting. As a style for an Irish stout, Irish style stout, I guess is probably the best way to put it here. I'd throw about let's do like a low 9 for it there. I think it's pretty much as good as you're going to get for this sort of style. And my own personal preference, I'd throw an 8 at it. I like it quite a bit.
Sounds awesome, actually. So what did you say the percentage was on that?
5%.
Not bad.
Yeah.
I love a good, like, just a dry kind of stout that's not, like, too thin.
Yeah, the body's
really good.
The body's, like upper light, the lower medium, somewhere in there. And it's like, 5%, throw it a fucking barrel. See if you can get the alcohol up to like 8% or some shit like that, whatever the fuck, just call it your imperial. It could be, the baseline imperial Irish stout or whatever the fuck. But
or you use that kind of recipe as a basis for making an actual imperial stout based on like double patricius, and then actually barrel age it. That would be cool.
Yeah,
get that bastard over 11%.
Kill twice as many snakes.
Exactly. Yeah. It's the snake killer of a beer. All right. Thank you, Lee.
You're welcome.
Let's go over to moi before I get too fucking sauced after drinking a 10.5 beer. Got like this much left in the bottle. This thing is going down dangerously easy, and I'm starting to feel it. The flavor on this is actually for like a barley wine.
I think he did.
For a barley wine, when you consider like take a look at like things like Thor's Hammer or something like that, like or even like Firestone Walker Sukaba, it comes off quite a bit milder. You get this nice like traditional earthy caramel sweet, maybe a hint of coffee, a little bit of like a yeast note in the back, like that you get that like almost like a can of beans kind of like beans yeast note. With the in the finish, I get this almost like a bit of pepper spice in the. I don't mean hot pepper, I mean like black pepper or white pepper or mixed peppers or something like that. It's got great flavors. They're just a little on the muted side. Maybe it's the age that's rounded them off. Maybe it's always been weak. If I recall correctly, it was always a little on the weak side. Like if it's the same bottling as what I had a couple of years ago. But still very nice because it still does pop with those Kentucky bourbon barrel flavors where you still get like this nice well-rounded like char, chewy toffee, like vanilla flavors that you get. Not so much oak tannin, but it's still got these nice mellow bourbon flavors that really kind of like they're there. So I do pretty much appreciate it. It's a very nicely made uniform beer. It's just it comes off a little on the soft side, but at the same time, no booze at all. At 10.5% ABV, fucking no booze. This thing is drinking not quite like water, but it is super easy to chug down. And I find it that part really dangerous. So if you were to compare this to like Firestone Walker Sukaba, it's definitely weak. So you're gonna hate it, but I think this is still very tasty. It's like the Event Horizon of beers. No, it's not. I mean, it's better than that. So I would say for the style, I'm gonna give it a 7.5. But overall enjoyment, I'm really liking this, and I would give it an 8.75. I think that's it.
Well, you forgot about me, man.
Oh, all right. No, yeah, you're right. I did right. I did forget about Ashley, and I apologize. Let's put him up front, right and center. And say,
Apparently that alcohol.
Right?
That's how much the alcohol is hitting me right now.
You can't count to 6.
Well, you skipped me last round too.
I can't count the sexton apparently.
Well, you skipped me last round, and I thought that was just because when I introduced my beer, I gave you my history as well, so I thought that's why you skipped me. But anyways,
for everybody, sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought he skipped you, but then I was going to feel like the asshole thinking I wasn't listening or something. So it was true. You
Probably
didn't
didn't see you on the side.
Anyways, so this beer, this is made with 100%. Oh, so again, this is O'Neill Stout from Left Field Brewery, 4.5% on Untapped. They just have it labeled just as a stout, like not a dry stout, but I'll get into that. This is made with 100% Canadian ingredients. O'Neill Stout is a tribute to Canada's Babe Ruth and the first ever winner of the Triple Crown. Left Field, fun fact, all of their beers are named they have baseball references, which is pretty cool. My favorite sport. Anyways, so it's a base of barn ale pale malt, provides a lightly toasted malt background, red shed roasted barley, provides flavors rich chocolate, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, it's a 4.5% dry Irish stout with sort of American sea hop influences. Dark chocolate on the nose. I like that Lee picked up some smoke in his beer because it sort of reminded me that I picked up a little bit of smoke as well on my aroma when I first cracked it. It sort of died off, but I got it at first. Drink's really dry, but again, I get like a little bit of like a pop sea, like a sea hop influence with like a little bit of citrus sort of bitterness, like a little bit of like grapefruit pithy bitterness to it. But finishes nice and roasty, nice and dry. Dark chocolate and all that coffee goodness sort of carries through. And there's no sweetness to it whatsoever. So drinks nice and dry and bitter and ashy, just the way I like it. So for dry Irish stout, yeah, I know. Yay. So what I would say, like, this is like a North American dry Irish stout. This is pretty much exactly what that would be. So I'll give it a perfect 10 out of 10. Why not? Let's get crazy.
Whoa.
Personal preference. I appreciate the 4.5, maybe a little bit more body to it, but I'll give it a 9 for personal preference. I would happily drink this many times.
Sounds good.
And it wouldn't get me anywhere because it's only 4.5%, but whatever. There we go.
Right on. And also, sorry about forgetting about you there, Ash.
It's all right, man.
All
I'm
right.
used to it.
You're just,
Aw.
oh,
I'm joking.
He's not used to it.
he's joking. Fuck you. So you can totally go fuck yourself, Nick. All right. Speaking of which, it simply lady needs to have the new level peach cobbler sour. Maybe she does.
Do not send her.
Maybe I
Do
do.
not send her that imperial eggnog stout abomination.
I kind of
I
like.
honest-
I feel like I kind of like that one.
Redbeard, I know you did. Greg, I know you didn't.
No, I don't think I like that one.
Did
That's
Dan,
okay.
Did
I
Dan
don't
ever
think-
send me
To
that?
be fair, I don't think it was as bad as I expected it to be, but I don't think I loved it either.
I was expecting to hate it. Like it's
Yeah,
that's the
so
most,
was
that's the
I, and I
most
was like-
freaky, weird sounding shit ever, and
Oh my
I
God.
kind of enjoyed it. Like I had the barrel
drank
aged
the whole
one
thing.
and the non-barrel aged one, and they were. I think the barrel aged one was a bit better because the barrel took away some of the odd flavors from the base one, which still wasn't terrible, but yeah. New Level makes some weird beers. I think they made that dill pickle one that Dan sent me too. That was freaking.
I mean, they literally are the perfect company for Dan.
I'm trying to think, like, did Dan ever send me that? I don't think he did. I think he could send me an eggnog stout.
Bad friend.
Yeah.
You were cutting into his Tim Horton hockey card budget.
Right. Anyway, we also have Mercy Beers in the chat saying, "Good evening, good evening, sir." And
Good
apologies
evening.
for being late getting to your comment, but we do appreciate you for sure. Even though I'm getting real drunk here.
Drunk.
Right?
Drunk.
Yeah.
Little sauce there, Skipper.
Yeah, all sauced here. Hi, Lee.
Shameful. Shameful.
Hi.
Shame.
Shameful.
Yeah, okay. Right on. Well, let's see if we'll.
You got
have
this,
enough
Nick. I believe in
people.
you.
All right. Well,
Well, I will say this: if I had to choose from one of these other beers on the panel to drink, I would want Greg's because everything that I've ever had in a tequila barrel has been a good beer. So I would say I would choose Greg's because
It does seem to work.
this is true. This is
Yes.
the next round of things. So let's Ashley go first and say, like, you want to have Greg's beer.
I want Greg's beer.
You want
Tequila.
Greg's beer.
Tequila barrel, awesome.
All right.
Little barrel.
All right. Let's go over to next. Redbeard. Of all the beers you've heard here tonight, which one would you rather have?
The one you've got.
Me? The barley wine?
Yep.
All right.
Barrel wine. Yummy.
The barrel wine. Barley wine. That's barley wine.
And if I had to go second after that, I'd probably say Greg's just because it sounds interesting. Tequila on its own can burn in hell, but it's the barrel age. I never had a tequila barrel aged beer. I don't think it sounds interesting.
I'd say most people that feel that way haven't had a good tequila. I'm just throwing that out there.
Ugh,
True.
I can't do tequila anymore.
Yeah, it's true. Patron versus.
Or they just abused the fuck out of it when they were younger.
That the guy at that bar in Quebec City gave us some pretty fancy tequila. I think the one shot we had. Yeah, actually,
like-
that was one of the first shots of tequila I ever had where I was like, "That's
was it
not
like was
that
it like
bad."
Patron versus Jose Cuervo or something like that? Patron is really good.
Oh,
I
God.
don't know.
Patron's not even that good. Patron's like a mid-level tequila. At
Oh,
best.
whatever.
What about that? What's that stuff that the Rock Tenement is he? That the Rock has tequila now. Apparently, it's really good.
Oh, every celebrity. George Clooney has his own tequila too,
Yeah.
which is actually not bad.
The Rock's apparently like I follow on some social media thing, and like it's doing very, very well apparently. So
All right. So, Laylee, of all the beers you've heard tonight, which would you rather have?
I would say I'm gonna say Mr. Lee's.
Ooh.
shocking.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. And here's what I know if she's good. She would say too if she drank it. Tastes like yeast.
Honestly, all of them are just like a little bit like I cannot do tequila. I cannot do tequila.
I'd be really surprised if you didn't enjoy the hell out of the one I'm drinking right now. Very berryish, kind of sour, very just
That's the
juicy.
first time one of these
Quite
tastes
nice.
yeast.
Maybe I just mean more because I would be there. But anyways, Cheating.
All right. Thank you, Lily. Who's next? Greg. Of all the beers you've heard here tonight, which would
hi,
you
Nick.
rather have? Which would you like to have had?
Yours, simply because of the fact, because I am that asshole that isn't paying attention. Yours is the only one I remember what you have. So yeah, you have a barrel aged barley wine. So
It makes sense. I didn't even remember Ashley was here for a while there.
Yeah.
For some reason.
We're all.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I did know he was here.
I knew you were all here.
I know I'm not all here.
Ashley
All right.
sort of blends in. He's kind of like a plant sometimes, and then he pounces when you least expect it.
What?
That's how he's great at catfishing.
He's some sort of a potato plant.
Like one of those plants that pounces.
Like a triffid or something.
Venus flytrap.
He's a Venus fly, yeah, Venus sexton trap.
He's a
Right.
Even those, they close a lot slower than.
sexton flytrap.
How about one of
Yeah,
those water vases where they just fall in and then they drown?
Oh, the pitcher plants.
Oh,
Yeah, the pitcher plants. Thank you. Vase.
Those things are weird.
I feel
work.
Sexton would want it to die slowly. So
Except for that pitcher is full of his homebrew.
How about what was the name of the freaking plant in Little Shop of Horrors?
Audrey, too.
Okay, I knew Feed Me Seymour, so I knew the owner's name, but yeah.
Feed me, Seymour.
All right, Mr. Lee.
It was a tough call, actually, because Nick's looks really good. Like, just the picture he posted in the side chat. I love the color of it. I love the color of the head of it. It looks like good barley wine goodness to me. So it sounds very appealing. But Redbeard's was the most interesting sounding out of everyone's on the panels. So that's the one I was like, you know what? I really want to fucking kind of try that because it looks fucking weird. It sounds fucking weird. And it sounds like
weird.
it's pretty good. So,
Yeah, it's weird, but it's good.
All
It's
right.
like the yeast leavings in the bottom of it are like bright red. It's freaky looking.
Jesus.
Interesting.
The dregs.
The-
Jesus, that's weird.
The whole resting on sumac thing was pretty cool too.
I don't even know what the hell sumac is.
I've heard of sumac, but I forget what it is. It's like some brand thing.
I've looked it up
It's
once.
probably a
Like
kind
sap.
of odor.
It's a little
Deciduous shrubs.
it's a little Hindu boy that they captured.
Okay. All right.
No.
We're taking the video off the
Sumacs
screen here.
are
So
deciduous shrubs and small trees in the family Anacardiaceae that can reach a height of 1 to 10 meters.
it doesn't tangy taste with a hint of citrus and fruitiness
Like
and
mine,
earthy.
Any of about 35 different species of flowering plants in the genus Rus, related genera in the cashew family.
Oh wow, okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. There we go.
Interesting. Well,
Look at us
cashews are
learning.
actually the fruit around the cashew is actually poisonous. Anyway, so yeah, finishing off with me. Go figure. I go last. Actually, have I forgotten anybody? I haven't forgot Sexton. No, Sexton went first. All right. So of all the beers that I've heard here tonight, it's a toss up for me. The one that Redbeard's got really sounds interesting because I've never heard of a Merlot ale. Basically, you're going to something that's like heavily fruited with grapes, and it does sound interesting. I'm not crazy about wine, like you're talking like it being real wine flavored.
So I'm saying it's not that whiny though. So
yeah,
like,
yeah. Well, yeah, it's mostly grape instead of wine. Anyway, so it really depends. But the one that definitely kind of piqued my interest is the one that Greg's got, the tequila barrel aged beer. Really, kind of I've never heard of a barrel aged like a tequila barrel aged beer being good. So that actually sounds kind of intriguing to me.
Yeah.
And another one, like I gotta say, like that the one Lee has, both Lees actually sound interesting too, because Boxing Rocks for St. Patricia's, I'd love to have it at some point. And Lady Lee's, I love the one Lady Lee where she's got the Presidents of the USA reference on the can.
Yes.
Yes.
It's pretty much why I grabbed it.
But overall, I'm going to give it to Greg on this one, which really hurts.
Yay!
Well,
Well,
Jay in the comments. Cheers,
Rod
Rod.
J in the comments says,
Cheers, Rod.
Cheers, guys. Cheers, Rod.
Nick, if you really gave it to me, it would hurt. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Jesus Christ, Greg.
Oh, well,
All righty. So we'll sit here and drink until the magic question gets asked.
is there anyone who knows the score is still watching that's going to ask the magic
No,
question?
there's no real scores. tonight.
No, the score is in the general milieu of what
The
we
drugs.
We got to test Rod J to see if he's a true Nick fan.
do. Mm-hmm.
We know the answer to that.
I'm out. I'm out of beer.
You're
Oh,
out of
man.
beer.
I
I
need
got
some more
I got this much left of a 750 bottle of barley wine.
Nice, man. Just chug a lug, man.
No, no.
Why?
We are waiting.
Chug a lug,
We
chug a
are
lug. We're
waiting.
waiting for the magic
So
question.
long, so long.
Chug a lug. Get on to the next one.
Waiting for someone to come out somewhere.
Where's Dan? He's supposed to be asking us.
Yeah, now Rod J says nobody is a true Knicks fan. LOL.
Whoa,
That's a
we got
different Knicks.
Basketball reference.
That's a fuck. Jesus Christ, Rod J.
Jesus
You're doing actual Nick level jokes here.
You take your sports ball out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg knows. Greg's a true
Greg's
Raptors
only
fan.
interest. Sorry, Nick. Go ahead.
Greg's only a fan of the Raptors when they're winning.
I was about to say the
That's
same
true.
thing. That's how I was going
No,
for.
that's not true. I'd be a fan of the Leafs if they ever won too.
What about the Blue Jays?
Blue Jays are good. I watched them win the World Series twice and haven't watched them since.
Actually, randomly, earlier when you had said baseball is your favorite sport, did you ever check out that 30 for 30 thing about the Mets that I talked about a while back? Like
No.
There we go.
Once upon a time in Queens, if you like baseball, you would love that shit, man. Seriously.
We got it.
Is it a docuseries or something like that?
Yeah.
On what, Netflix? Or Prime?
It was on
YouTube?
ESPN. I had to find it and
yeah,
download
okay.
it. I can send you a link though if you want to download it, kind of thing.
If you say, just send me the the name of it. I'll look it up because I love
Just
baseball shit.
Once upon a time in Queens is what it's called.
All right, so
What's
Rod
going
J
on?
says maybe that Beer Patrol guy. Well, that Beer Patrol guy hasn't been around in a while. He doesn't like us anymore, probably because of Greg.
He's a hashtag real bad friend that won't wear our uniform.
Who is Bob McHurd? But
Bob Hurd, I'm pretty sure, is a Lee alter ego. He's saying
No,
what's
it's not
that?
It's not me.
Sure,
That's
it's
you
not.
then.
All right,
Oh,
I
we
don't,
have,
I don't, I
free
don't
soccer
care.
player.
I don't care anyway. I'm just gonna say yes.
What's
Next week's
week's
beer is
beer,
going to
man?
be something from Big Rig Brewing, Midnight Kissed My Cow Chocolate Milk
Ooh.
Stout, which I hope that enough people in Ontario can actually get so we can have the show next week.
I don't think
So-
it's that hard to get.
No, I mean I checked the LCBO. As long as you guys go and get it now instead of dilly dallying for a week.
Well, we
Listen,
like
can I-
Like dilly dally.
Can I just say something?
What?
What would you like to say?
I only have about 4 sock accounts, and I only use them to troll people like Jay Terrio. So don't fucking go here and say I'm Bob McHurd, okay?
Or
I'm
Chris
not
Peters.
Bob McHurd. That's a stupid name. It's not something I'd pick for a sock account in the first place.
It's like
Much
nobody
more
listens
clever
to
than
him.
that.
He just wants to be McHurd.
Why are you getting so upset? Lee?
I will not have my reputation
Besmirched.
diminished and
Be
besmirched.
smirched. That's the
Besmirched.
$8 word of the night right there. I love that.
Right, that.
It'd be
That's a
right
good
there with
one.
your terroir.
It's like-
Black Friday deal.
We know we got a sophisticated show when we say besmirched in terroir.
Hmm.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go open a Duvel and class myself up a little bit.
Ooh.
Wow.
Did you guys all hear that Chris Peters killed those women?
Oh yes, he did.
He
Dan says
slaughtered
shots
them.
fired, Nick. Shots fired. Nick wants to have a show next week. I don't know.
Wow.
Something along the lines of penis.
Penis.
There's always a little room for penis.
Anyway, we're gonna take the shit offline. So I
Made a
think
beer bong out of
Perseverance,
that.
Rod J, thank you, Bob McHurd, and of course Dan for watching, and everybody
Dan
who
the
showed
man
up on the
was
panel
big
tonight. I am getting pretty sauced drinking all this shit, and I'm gonna take this offline. So I want to thank you everybody for watching, and we'll talk to you guys later.
Poopy pants.
Yeah.
Penis.